Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special video. For this video, I wanted to do a top 10 builds of 2024. So I have created a list of my favorite or builds I am most proud of, and I wanted to share them with you. Now, I do want to go over the criteria for this build here. As I said, it's build that are, my favorites or I'm most proud of. But also a lot of these, I decided it needed to include the builds that I most use in like every save file. So that was another thing. I had to narrow it down somehow. So if I used it in every save file and it fell into a favorite or most proud of, it went in. Um, so some of these may seem like really, I'm not sure that I would agree that that's like a top 10 build, but it's because I use it in every save file. So, I do hope you guys enjoy this list. I am having a lot of fun building and I'm really looking forward to next year. And I hope you will continue on this journey with me and watching these builds. All right, so let's get into the first build. And our number 10 is going to be the Garden Side Restaurant. Now, this one is in the Love Struck world, and I have completely blanked on the name of that world. Um, but what I love about this one is, again, it's going into every one of my save files. I like that it's in this garden space area. I think it creates just a fun little spot for our Sims to land and enjoy the garden space and also have a good meal. The other reason I love this one so much is because it's versatile. If you don't have Dine Out or you don't like using Dine Out, it can also easily be converted into a bar. So that is one reason I absolutely love this build. I am proud of it because I made it kind of multi-use. And it's in every world that I have at this point. So or every build, not every world, every build or every save file. I can't talk, okay? So definitely one that had to go on this list. All right, so on to our number 9, and this is San Myshuno Park. Again, this is one that is in every save file I have. But I am also pretty proud of this one too. It is a build that I have wanted to do for a few years now. I did not like the original build that was there. Uh, it needed more, and partially that's because, I have more packs, so I needed to add more things to do. The other reason it is on this list is because I take my Sims here for dates constantly. I'm always like, oh, let's go to, San Myshuno Park. Um, so that is definitely a big thing for this build. I haven't done a wedding here yet, but I might eventually. But definitely a good date spot. And that is the main reason it's on this list. It goes in every one of my save files, and it is just fun to play in. I do have mods that allow everything to be filled in, all the vendors and so on. So that makes it a little more fun to play in as well. But if you don't have that, you just pay to hire all the vendors. So, but that one is definitely, had to be on the list. All right, so number 8 is the high school years auditorium. Now, this one you might see on next year's list too. Not this build, but I'm debating about doing another build eventually. But for this year, I created so many different options for this build that it just had to go on this list. And it's in every world. I have put my high school that I built a couple years ago and this auditorium in every save file I have. And it's just fun to play in because I can switch it around to whatever I want. Um, it's the exact same building, and like for prom, I have multiple options. I'm somebody who likes to use those dances as not just prom, but like your homecoming. And when I was growing up, we had snowball and that type of thing. So I kind of use it like that. So there's some different decorated auditoriums for the different dances. Um, I may even have a couple more that I haven't uploaded to the gallery that I've done. Probably should upload those, but you may see those eventually. But that is why this one is on the list. And it's just so nice to have it and have the options of changing out the venue, mostly for the proms and the dances, just to kind of create more of a cohesive high school experience when it comes to those. All right, number 7 is the Von Hunt Castle. And this one is in every save file I have. Um, and when I'm saying every save file I have, I've gone back to like older save files that maybe I don't play very often and put these in. They also are in my what I consider my base game starter world that I created. So yeah, that is what I mean by that. It's I've actually physically gone through and added them to old save files, and this is one of them. I love this lot. Um, it's just a lot of fun to kind of go for different events, different, weddings. I had a issue where prom wasn't showing up, so I downloaded a mod that would let me do my own prom. I did that here. Um, and it's just kind of a nice little spot. I'm debating about playing with a hotel mod and adding that to the lot, because I did design it so you could use it that way, or you could use it as a honeymoon spot. Have your wedding and your honeymoon right there. So that's why I love that lot. I think it looks really good in that space, with all the grounds around it. So that's why it had to be on the list. It's just I have it all over. I love it, and I enjoy playing in it as well. All right, so build number 6 is my traditional family home. I really love this build. I worked very hard on it. It's a little more detailed when it comes to home builds. And I also think it's something that, I needed in the game. I normally put it in Newcrest. I have another build. It's a base game Victorian, that it just pairs very nicely with that I built for Newcrest as well. And I just I love it. I think it's a perfect, like, wealthier family home. It's got like a kind of like extra area of or living area in the back that you can either use as like an apartment or a mother-in-law, suite. Um, I love it for that. I just think it's very traditional and, nice. And I haven't played in it yet. I keep thinking I need to, but it's there, it's available, and I probably will eventually, maybe with one of my own generations for my personal legacy I'm playing. But we'll see. But it's definitely one I do have plans to play in at some point in time. I just think it's a great build. I did take a lot of time to do it. So it had to be on this list because I do put it in every new crest I have. Um, some of these are is not necessarily these, but some of my builds are literally they I put them in new crest, but this one goes in every time. All right, so number 5 is actually a newer build. It's the Christmas vacation cabin that I just did a couple of weeks ago. This build is already in about 4 save files. I haven't had time to add them to the rest yet. I only have a few more, but it has been added to my, what I say, my base game starter, world, and it's just because I made it so versatile where you can have it as a Christmas vacation cabin or you can have it as a regular vacation cabin, and it still has all the same, things in it. It's just one's decorated, one's not. And I had to add it. I know it's a newer one, but I definitely had to add it. It's a great build, and I'm really looking forward to playing in it. I had hoped to use it in my legacy game, but unfortunately, my main sim right now is in university. So Christmas came around and I couldn't use it because she's enrolled in school. So next time the holiday comes around, I'm going to be playing in it um, because I think it'll just be fun to get family, extended family together and use this. So, I do want to point out at this point in time, my cat has joined me on my desk. He is attention starved. I have been gone for 3 days, and you may hear purring, or I may seem distracted, or he might knock down my microphone. Um, just a warning. Just a warning. All right, so we are on number 4, and number 4 is the luxury trailer park. I played with this for a base game save file that I wanted to do. I've done a couple of these save files, but I decided to do a new one. And I played in this trailer park for my starter family with this one. And it was a lot of fun. I did put them in a back trailer, so there wasn't a lot of maneuvering I had to do to play. It was nice having the pool and the playground right there. Because as most of us know, when you play family gameplay, it can be hard to get your Sims out to do things. So having like the pool, the playground equipment, a gym right there, made life so much easier. And it just was a lot of fun to play in. I will say the one downside I found was I didn't see my neighbors a lot. But I used mods, so I have MC Command Center, and I updated how many Sims could like load into a lot, and that seemed to help. They started appearing more and doing things, and it was great. So it created that more community feeling that I wanted from this trailer park, and it was just a lot of fun to play in because of that. So if you download it and you use mods and you find that you have the same problem, there's your fix. I spent a lot of time on this trailer park and I really enjoyed the build in general. I probably need to do another trailer park soon. I haven't done one in a while. I've been doing more of the tiny home type things, so I have to do a trailer park here soon. All right, so number 3 is our chic townhomes. And the reason this is number 3 on the list is because it's a pretty versatile build as to where you can put it. I have a couple of different options with this build. You can use it as detached townhomes, so there's a little bit of a yard between them, or you can use them as attached townhomes, so there's no space between them. And I absolutely love that versatility with it. Also, just the style I created it in is really just makes it able to be used in multiple worlds. I put this one in Del Sol Valley every time. That's where I built it. And it's perfect for that lot where there's a couple of driveways and it was built there. So, again, perfect for that lot. But I've also put it in Brindleton Bay and it works well there. Um, I put it in a couple of other areas too. So, again, a versatile lot. I use it's in every save file I have. I mean, it's sitting on that lot in Del Sol Valley for sure. If I didn't put it somewhere else as well. So, yeah, there are multiple save files that I have that have the townhomes in them more than once. Um Usually one is detached and one is attached. I have gone through and changed the outside a little bit so they have a little different look. Um, but yeah, that's why it's up at number 3 is and I worked hard on it too. Um, but yeah, that is the main reason that's up so high on the list is that I have put it in multiple locations in the same save file. All right. I do want to point out before we get to the top 2 that if you would like to see the speed builds on these because you haven't yet, there is a list in the description below that will guide you to each build video for these. They're all also available on the gallery. And if you go to the build videos, that you'll see what their names are. Technically, I should have the names of the builds next to the links to the video, but just in case you can't find it that way, the actual name should be in the build videos themselves. All right, so we are at number 2, and number 2 is the Occult Village. And this is number 2 and not number 1 for a big reason. It's not really usable in every save file. I mean, you can put it in and have it just kind of sit there, but for me, it's definitely something that would be more of a mm, let's visit it or, use it in certain occult worlds. Maybe if you're focusing more on that. Like I will be adding it to our cult legacy challenge if I haven't already. We won't be able to live there, unfortunately, because we have to live in certain worlds. But, I was thinking maybe like a brother or sister of a future heir could move in there or something. Um, but for me, like my personal gameplay, I'll probably use a mod to make it like a hotel and do something with it that way. I thought that would be fun. So if you use mods, again, some extra gameplay that you could check out if you wanted to for that. I, though, love it. I worked very hard. That build took me a few months to do. Granted, I do want to stress that I built other things while that was being built. It was more of I wanted to take time to make sure I did it really well and the way I wanted to. I used a lot more like landscaping and terrain manipulation in that one that I normally do. So I really wanted to take the time to play with those tools a little bit and really get that to look the way I wanted it to. And I'm very proud of that. This is one that is definitely on here because I am proud of this build. I worked very hard on it, and I hope you guys will download it, enjoy it, check it out, etc. if you haven't already. All right, we are at number 1, and that is the Tarot Village. This is one that will go into every save file I own, partially because I built a graveyard that I like that goes in the country in Ravenwood. Um, and I need something to put in the spot that the current cemetery is for that town. I also like the idea of being able to have this, Tarot Village there where I can put more people and then use some of the lots that are near town as more community type lots. Um, just because I guess to me, the city should have the bars. The city should have, I mean, I also grew up in the country. I get where they're coming from with a bar out in the middle of nowhere. But I really wanted to have like a bar or restaurant or something that was more community space. Um, and a couple of other things. I haven't played around a lot with that. I should probably go back here and take a look at what else I want to build. I know I'm going to do a community lot where you land for the festivals. I'll have to look. I did, I think, a poll or asked for comments on what to build, so I'll have to see what was decided. I can't remember right now, but that is coming. But that is one reason I absolutely love this. It's going into every build, and it's not something that is designed in a way that it wouldn't fit into different worlds. You just have to have the big enough lot to put it into. Um, and you may have to play around with the entry area, but it fits perfectly in where the current cemetery or the base cemetery that came with the game resides, and I think it looks really cool there. So, I'm happy with it. All right, so we have come to the end of our list. I would love to know what your favorite build that I've done from the last year is. Did it make this list? And maybe, if you have ideas for anything you would like to see me build in the future. I do hope you all have a wonderful new year. When this goes live, some of you will already be in the new year, where others, like me, will not be yet. I'm not sure what I'm doing for the new year yet. We might be going into downtown Nashville to check out a concert that's there, and the note drop that they do. But it just depends on how we're all feeling. It's going to be crowd, and not sure we all want to deal with that yet, but we will see. And I'll let you know if I do that in a future video because I'll be recording this week's videos well before the night. So, all right. Again, I do hope you all have a great new year, and I will see you on Friday with the Occult Legacy Challenge. Bye now.